As we approach the 80th anniversary of VE Day and the end of the Second World War, let us put some faces to names of some of the men from Snodland who gave their lives defending their homeland. In the spotlight first is a chap called Albert Harry Nicol. Now, he was actually born in Gillingham, but he later married a lady called Nina Wells, who was from Snodland, and they got married in Christchurch on the 21st of March 1921. They then went to move and lived with Nina's parents in Bramley Road in Snodland. He worked for a bus manufacturer called Tilling Stevens in Maidstone. They made buses similar to what you see here, which the eagle-eyed of you will notice is outside the Bull Hotel, or the Bull Pub, which you may remember. And Harry was a keen member of the Working Man's Club in Snodland, and he was known by his friends as Nick, funny enough. He signed up for the RAF Reserve in the 1930s and was actually called up in July 1939. He wouldn't receive his deployment until later in 1941, and on the March 10th he boarded the SS Britannia, which was a passenger ship from the docks in Liverpool, and he was being sent to India to build an airport. However, he would never arrive. As the SS Britannia made progress towards its destination and was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, they realised they were being hunted. A German auxiliary cruiser named Thor had tracked them down. Now, the SS Britannia had one single naval gun on her stern, but she was not designed to basically withstand combat, and the Thor had been fitted out with 6 5.9-inch naval guns. It had torpedoes as well as an array of anti-aircraft weapons. It was not a fair fight. The battle raged for an hour, but the odds were just against the Britannia, and eventually the captain gave the order to evacuate the ship. The ship had sustained significant damage and was on fire and sinking. They needed a volunteer to be able to guard the lifeboat stations and to assure the orderly evacuation of the ship. And this is where Albert stood up and volunteered. And he did so to make sure that everyone that could be saved would be saved. And sadly, he went down with the ship with 249 other souls. A friend of Albert's would be later picked up by a Spanish ship called the Cabo de Homos, and it would tell Albert's family of his heroic last stand and his service and sacrifice that he made. Albert's name is inscribed on the cenotaph in the Snodland Cemetery, and we will remember him along with the many others that have lost their lives in these two great wars. If you like this short video from the Snodland Historical Society, then please feel free to comment or share. It helps support our work. Thank you.